Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. I know this is going to be a little bit different than what I normally do, but it's been a while since I've been online. I'm in the car for the next 40 minutes driving to work, and I said I might as well turn this on and have a little chit chat. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully you can hear me. Like I said, I am driving. Well, I'm stuck at a red light right now. But I am headed to work. Today is June 27th. It's about 7:15 in the morning. I'm all over the place. I just stopped, got coffee at Dunkin'. I had a gift card. So I got a little coffee over here too. If you are new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. My name is Daisy, and this is Daisy Does It. So, let's talk. We're at the end of June, and it is a lot going on. I've been slowly but surely calculating up how much I actually spent last month, which I know I spent over. What was expected, what was unexpected. I just spent a lot last month. I knew that last month, in the month of May, was going to be a lot because I was traveling out of town for a sorority sister's wedding. And I was just gonna have a lot going on with that. You know, it took me 3 different times of ordering stuff to get the dress right. Traveling there and back, which, you know, gas prices are ridiculous, right? And we drove. It was about 4 hours from my house. My mother and my daughter came with me. My mom just watched my daughter in the hotel. But I was going to have the hotel anyway, so it was like a little vacation for her, and she got to spend some time with my daughter. But the hotel was like super expensive. It was about $250 a night. Nice hotel. I mean, nothing. On a regular day, I would not have spent $250 on a hotel, let alone that hotel. But neither here nor there. It was close to the venue. I was able to Uber there for less than $10, and then I tipped. So that was another expense because I didn't want my mom to be stuck at the hotel in a random city with no car. So I Ubered to the wedding, and then one of my sorority sisters brought me back to the hotel. So that worked out. Yeah, that was on that. And it was $25 a day for parking, so that was an additional expense. So it was really, you know, a lot. The cost of the hotel was offset by... I've had... If you've been following my journey, you know I have a Capital One card. It's one of my lower cards. It's actually paid off. Or it was paid off. It is paid off again. Yeah, I paid it off again. But it was paid off. Well, they decided, it was funny, they decided it was a secure card. And I started that card with $300. And they changed it to unsecured probably 2-3 years ago. But they never gave me my money back from where I made it secure. So they randomly did that last month, but the account was already paid off, so it was sitting at a negative $300. So out of the $500, like $515, something like that, something small, over 500. Of the like $515 of the hotel, it took off the 300. So that's what I did. I actually, because it was unexpected and it kind of offset the cost of the trip, I put it on that credit card so that it only looked like I spent $215, something like that. And then I took off the 15 right then. I took off 100 later, and then my mom gave me half the room. So I just told her to give me $100 because she was like, well, I'm here, da 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 da. So she wanted to give me part of the money because she felt like it was a vacation for her. So I told her just give me the other 100, and I paid the card back off. So that kind of offset that to where instead of a $500 room bill per se, I really only spent like $150. I did pay for parking by myself because, you know, whatever. And then I did fill up my mom's car because she was like, my mom has a brand new car. Well, it's a year old now and it's never been out of town. So she was like, please drive my car. So, not gonna complain. I didn't have to. She takes regular gas, which is a plus. What are we doing? Sorry, y'all. You didn't have it. You did not have it, sir. You did not. Sorry. Back to the story. So yeah, that's kind of how I offset that. Other than that, the month was pretty okay. I was spending a lot more money than probably what I should have. If you are in the South, you know it is starting to get sweltering hot. I mean, nasty hot already. It's not even, I think it just turned summer, but like earlier in the month, we were already at 98, 99. I am in Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia. It's hot. And so I did make a couple of purchases online of some new dresses and things that I can wear to work. I'm getting back accustomed to going into the office. I go into the office 3 days a week. My previous job before the beginning of the year, I was working from home, but I had to travel. So out of the month, I would only have to wear like professional clothes, maybe 4, 5 on a really weird month. So a lot of my stuff honestly does not fit. I have gained let's put it this way, since the beginning of the pandemic, so March 2020, and I know this is about to get super bright. Hello, sun. That's not helping my lighting. Not helping my lighting. Bear with me, y'all. I know I look real crazy. Anyway, March 2020 to currently, I've probably put on 50 pounds. I do have a condition called PCOS. So I have insulin resistance. It's part of the reason why it was so hard for me to actually get pregnant with my daughter. It took us about 19 months to get pregnant with her. We were actually going through the process of fertility testing and procedures, and he had his stuff checked and I had my stuff checked, and right after one of the exams, I got pregnant. They had put me on a medication called metformin. If you've ever heard of that medication, you know that a lot of times it's either given to individuals with PCOS to help regulate their hormones by helping regulate the amount of sugar in their bodies, or amount of insulin, not sugar, but insulin in your bodies. Because I do suffer with an insulin resistance. So it's not that my body doesn't make insulin, it's just it makes it, and it doesn't know what to do with it. So sometimes it just kind of sits there. It's really weird. Yeah, so that's my PCOS or whatever. So right after I had my daughter, I dropped a whole lot of weight really quickly. Didn't do anything, didn't change my diet, wasn't working out. But by the time I went back to work in 5 weeks, it was a drastic change. And then slowly but surely, after I stopped breastfeeding, my hormones, I guess, regulated to what they were before I had my daughter. And it was probably more ideal while I was breastfeeding. So my weight has skyrocketed. It is what it is. I'm working on it. Kind of. Let's be honest. I still eat what I want to eat, but I am trying to be conscious of it at the bare minimum. So that's weight and stuff. And I still take the metformin. I'm actually going to the doctor tomorrow for just a checkup and to see if this weight has caused me to become a diabetic, or I was, whatever. Check on the diabetic status of my body. So that's been going on. So let's switch gears and talk about my daughter. I know this channel has primarily been focused on money so far, but I did want to talk about being a mom and the struggles that we have, and it kind of relates to money. For those of you who do not know, I do have a 2.5-year-old. She will be 3 in September. Her birthday is September 8th. And she is a little diva. Yeah, she's a little diva. She's extremely smart. And it was to the point where when she was 1, she got bumped up to the 2-year-old room early because she was, too advanced. And then now it's almost at the same point, but they can't bump her up because either they don't have any room or her birthday's late. And I knew this was going to be an issue when it came to school, like actual school, preschool, elementary school. It was going to be an issue, but I had already planned on sending her to a private school because that was the way around it. I'm the same way. My birthday's in November. And my parents did the same thing. They sent me to private school all the way up, and I was able to go ahead to school. I did not have to wait until I turned 5 to start school. So I planned on doing the same thing for my daughter, especially because the cutoff is September 1st. Her birthday is September 8th. There's an argument for the, developmental cutoff and things of that nature, and I get it. If you're an educator, don't come for me. I also am a licensed mental health clinician who really focused on childhood development because that was just something that was interesting to me, and it's very hard for me to say that somebody that's born on September 2nd is developmentally a year behind someone who was born on September 1st. I get like maybe December 15th versus September 1st. You have months of time, but somebody who's within the same week or within 2 weeks, I don't see the argument on that, or I feel like it should be up to the parent, but they have these rules where it's like you must be this age by this point to be able to go to school, and that doesn't work. I never went to public school myself. I do live in Fulton County, Georgia, and Fulton County does not have the best schools. some parts have really good schools, but the area that I live in, the schools are okay. They're ranked. There's like an online ranking system by letter grade, and they're like a B minus, C, some of them C, D. So I'm not too thrilled with the schools in the area anyway, but you know, I went to private school all the way up, and I was planning on sending my daughter to private school. I know it's an added expense. I know I have a whole bunch of debt, but that is just something that I planned on doing for my daughter. I know there are some cheaper options, but still private. But yeah, so I plan on sending her to a private school. But it just so happened to be last month we took her to an open house of one of the schools in the area that I absolutely love. We loved it. I took her, myself, my husband, my stepson. We all went. Okay, of course the sun's gonna come back out. Sorry, y'all. We went to this open house and we loved it. They start at 3. It's a private school. They start at 3. So normally private schools will just test your child, and they, you know, if they're developmentally okay, they can go ahead and start. So we were like, okay, that's fine. She's so advanced, she probably could test into the 4-year-old room, but she's only going into the 3-year-old room. And they were like, yeah, no, we don't do that anymore. We had a bad experience last year, and so we decided to go with the deadline. But if you wait until she's 3, wait a year, wait until she's 3, and we'll test her into the 4-year-old classroom. We just don't test 2 to get in the 3. Is it? What's the difference? Like, the only thing you're really asking for of a 2-year-old, of a 3-year-old, is that they're potty trained, and my daughter is fully potty trained. Fully. Like, we don't even put anything on her overnight, and so at this point she is fully potty trained. So I'm like, what? And then they had like conflicting stories. So like the admissions team was like, just apply, and then the principal was like, no. So I did. I was like, well, since y'all can't get your story together, I'll apply and we'll see what happens. So I sent in the application, and I get a phone call from the school. I'm thinking they're going to set up the testing, and she goes, oh, I called the principal. The principal said we don't do that anymore. I was like, you specifically told me to. Still, whatever. Not gonna fight with them, because at the end of the day I would like her to still go to that school later on. I don't know if she will go until she's in high school, because they are super expensive when you get to that point. A year of my doctoral degree is less than a year of their high school. So a little bit ridiculous. So we started on the journey to keep looking, and then something very concerning started happening. Is that I guess with the changes of the classroom, so my daughter's still in a early learning academy. It's not necessarily preschool, but they have a curriculum they follow, and they have class time and circle time and all this kind of stuff. And but they still do it based off of like a daycare, and you know, when you turn a certain age, you go to a different room. And a lot of my daughter's friends who were the older 2-year-olds have already transitioned, and then the individuals in the little kids in the classroom who were 1 have turned 2 have already transitioned to her. So she's in this like weird space to where she's not old enough to go up, but she's too advanced to play almost with the younger kids, because they don't even have, like, they're just starting out in the 2-year-old room. They don't have any verbal capabilities. Like one of the little girls came up when I dropped Emma off, and she literally could not. She was just jarbled. And my daughter looked at me and didn't want to play with her, and I was like, be nice, first off. But her teacher has been telling me that she's getting bored, and that's one of my concerns, because she's like, she knows every single thing that I'm teaching at this point, because she was transitioned over early. So now it's been over a year in this classroom. She's like, your daughter's getting bored. And then I've noticed at home that she's like, I don't want to go to school anymore. And it used to be when she would wake up, you know, she'd be a little groggy, and then she'd be like, Mommy, it's time to go to school. I want to go to school. And I love that for her, because I want to foster her love of learning. I love to learn. Hence the 4 Gordon Rule 5 degrees. But it also will make it easier if you enjoy learning, not just, oh, I enjoy doing this one thing. But if you enjoy just learning new things and doing things, it'll make the school experience easier for you. It's not as tasking or daunting to go to school if you actually enjoy the process of going to school. Does that make sense? Probably not making sense, but it makes sense in my mind. So it was very concerning when a 2-year-old is like, Mommy, I don't want to go to school anymore, when she used to specifically say she wanted to go to school, even on the weekend sometimes. Mommy, it's time to go to school. No, baby, it's the weekend. You go tomorrow. Okay. So now switching over, and she's like, I don't want to go. And then she's starting to have a few behaviors develop that were not there. Taking her to school, she waves, say hello to everybody there. They know her because she's been there since she was 6 weeks old to the day. Well, the day after she turned 6 weeks old. So everybody knows her. Everybody, you know, talks to her. She says hello all the way down the hallway. And then she normally goes into her room, no problem. Well, lately it's been a fight. I don't want to get out the car. She's crying, carry me. When she gets to the room, she doesn't want to get down. She doesn't want to play with the other kids. It's just like, it's emotionally draining as a parent to see your child not want to go somewhere, and you're like forcing them out. And that's not something that we dealt with when she was younger. You know, the separation anxiety was not there because she enjoyed her school. She enjoyed the people that were there. I mean, sometimes she would have a little anxiety just because of the passing from the arm. But I used to be able to just sit her down, give her a toy, and she would get distracted enough to where I could leave, and it was, you know, no big deal. Not the case. That was one thing. And then now at home, she's going through this I'm a baby stage. And I'm like, no, baby, you're a big girl. And she goes, okay, I'm a big girl. But she'll look at me and go, Mommy, I'm a baby. Goo goo gaga. No. The fact that you can articulate the sentence that I am a baby and then change your speech to goo goo gaga means that you are too big of a little girl to go goo goo gaga. Where they do that at? Because we not doing it. That's what we're not doing. No, you gonna talk like a big girl because you're a big girl. So the only thing I can think of is because, you know, like I said, some of the kids in the classroom are not as verbally advanced, and so she's probably not speaking to them as much, and she knows that, you know, they can get away with getting things even though they don't speak. I don't know. It's not their fault. I mean, they're developmentally where they're supposed to be. I need Emma to stay where she needs to be. So we went back on the search, and I was looking everywhere for other schools, other options, because at this point, Emma just needs a new environment. Still looking for a pre-K 3 classroom, but she needs a new environment. And we found this private, it's a daycare, but they also have a private school. So they go from 6 weeks until 3rd grade, and then when you get to pre-K, it's a private pre-K through 3rd grade, and then they have a public funded pre-K through 3rd grade. For Emma's case, she would need the private pre-K because of her birthday. She can't qualify for pre-K or kindergarten or 1st grade based off of her birthday, but she can qualify for a private school. So we go, we tour, you know, we like it, and we take the application back, and the lady was like, she was supposed to start in August, and the lady was like, well, would you like her to start earlier? And I was like, sure, what are you thinking? And she was like, July 5th. Oh, like in 2 weeks start. She was like, yeah, I got a spot open, she can go ahead and start. And I was like, okay. So I talked to Ricky, and Ricky was like, yeah, let's do it. You know, Emma, you know, we're already planning on sending her in August, so might as well get her adjusted. Go ahead and get the process started of, you know, moving her over. So my daughter starts a new school next month, in like a week. So we'll see how that goes. The only thing that financially, it is going to be a difference, but not. So I guess the startup costs are a little bit more because she's going to be in uniform. So I have to get all these shirts with these monogram whatever on them. I was able to make a cart on Amazon to get her uniforms, so that was good, especially like the pants and stuff. So I have a cart. I haven't ordered it yet. I'm gonna take it out of her little personal savings and order her new school uniforms, and then I have to take her tops to this company and get them to engrave them, monogram them before school. And then the weekly rate, this is the funny part. So right now I currently pay $170 a week. $172 because I pay with like a card on their website. So $172 a week. The new school is $135 a week. $135. And I think it goes down, like when she turns 3, it goes down to $130. So the amount of money I'm paying for the uniforms is going to be offset by the amount of savings that I have in weekly tuition over the first, 6 weeks, and then it's a significant difference, like $40 to $60 a week cheaper, which is just crazy to me. I don't know if we are going to let her stay until 3rd grade, or if we're going to go ahead and go back to the other school that we really wanted her to go to, because that school is like we look at trying to get her in at 4, and then she could be there from 4 to 12th grade. I don't know. But at this moment, I do know that she's starting on the 5th, and that's what we have decided. So that's one thing that's changing, and changing our expenses because it's cheaper. So that's coming up in the month of July. I start back school, so I took this part of the term off. So my class is actually being on July 4th. I don't know how they're doing that because that's the holiday, but the class opens on the 4th, and I guess it starts on the 5th. Because I guess we're both starting a new term, school, whatever, on the 5th, so that works. And then what else is July? What is going on? We got a prison transport. All right, I should have went down a aisle. Who are we transporting to where you got a bus, and then you got 3 cop cars in front and 2 cop cars in the back? Who are you transporting? I'm a little scared of that. Anyway, I'm sorry. Y'all, driving through Decatur, if that makes any kind of sense at this point. So if you know the DeKalb County Jail, ain't no telling who's in that thing. So, sorry, y'all. Got sidetracked. All right, so the month of July is going to be hectic. I officially have a closing date. Yay! My house is going to be done. It's a long time coming. I've been under contract since October of 2021. We were supposed to close in May of 2022. It is now the end of July 2022. I think I'm supposed to turn. I'm talking to y'all, so I'm not using my GPS, but I'm trying to figure out like how to get here. And I do this 3 days a week, so I should know how to do this, but my GPS takes me a different way every day. So anyway, so yeah, I'm supposed to close on my house on July 28th. I still don't know how much money I need, and it's concerning me because yes, I know it's 3.5% down. That's one thing. Yeah, I got that part. Thank you. But my agent was like, yeah, well, we got you paying some points. And I was like, why am I paying points? He was like, well, yeah, well, we got you paying like points, and it's like an extra $6,500. I'm like, wait a minute. Where is this coming from? My father so my parents are awesome, and they help me out a lot. And my mother offered to pay half of my down payment. So I'm putting up $5,000. She's putting up $5,000. We have $10,000 to put down on this house. My father offered to pay the closing cost. Well, I don't feel comfortable with him paying extra points because that's part of the closing cost. Because then that would make the closing cost like $17,000. And he has it. We could take it out of the business account. Even push come to shove, I could be like, hey, just don't pay me for a while and I'll just help with the business. It is what it is. But I feel a certain kind of way because originally it wasn't supposed to be all that. It was supposed to be just, regular 3% of the loan is the closing costs. So it would have been right at $9,000. So I'm a little conflicted on that. I still don't have final numbers. I'm waiting on one more piece of information, and then we should be able to do everything and send it over to underwriting and just close. But I've gotten things set up, such as pest care. It's a really cool system. It's actually built into the framework of the house, and that was something that the builder did anyway. So we chose to go ahead and go with them because it is built into the walls. And so they have this port in the back of the house, and they basically spray the stuff in that port, and it goes all the way through the wiring of your house. And it does, I guess it's through the baseboards, it does a little spurt all the way through. And you know, if you've ever had pest control, you know they spray around the baseboards and stuff. So the fact that it's going to go all the way through the house and do all of that without them having to go in the house is a plus. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, you're not moving. You just looking. All right, I was trying to help you. Sorry. So I set that up. So that's going to be $30 a month. Right now we do not pay for pest care. Well, we kind of do, but we don't. I feel like there's a generalized pest whatever through our mortgage or our rent right now, but they don't like come to our house and spray. So we pay out of pocket and spray our own house, and that's always a fight because we deal with black scorpions, which I've never seen. I've lived in Georgia my entire life, and this is the only place in Georgia that I've ever dealt with scorpions, spiders, ants, water bugs / roaches. Like, those are the normal things. Never had a black scorpion until we moved into this house. So we deal with scorpions, and so we spray a lot, and then we've had a snake in the house. So there's snake way or all the way around my house, mothballs, everything. So it's nice to, you know, not have to be constantly doing that and worrying about it, and then they have like a guarantee. So like if we start seeing stuff, they'll come back out. That works. I like it. So $30 a month. The house is wired for an alarm system, and the company does not charge an installation. You just pay. They'll come out and install it. The window sensors, the motion detector, the two smart keypads, the video doorbell, all this stuff. They don't charge you for it. That's $58.99 a month. We've decided that yes, we want to do that because, well, we've been wanting a video doorbell in general, but we want alarm systems because we are putting not only a lot of money into this house, but we're planning on putting a lot of nice items inside the house. So we want an alarm system. What else? Oh, so I finally used the gift card that my father and stepmother gave me last Christmas. So I purchased Emma, they gave me $250 to overstock, and I've been back and forth on what to do with Emma's room because she's never had her own room before. She's always been in my room. She's still in my bed. She's in my bed. I'm getting her out of my bed because little girl sleeps wild. So she's excited to have her own room, but she does not sleep well in toddler bed. She currently has her, convertible crib. It's set up like a toddler bed, day bed, and she has fallen off like twice, 3 times, one of them. Just because she's never fallen off of a regular bed. She's only fallen off on these small beds because she likes to go like this. Like if she's here, she goes like this, and then she ends up and rolls off. pull into the spot and we'll just sit here and talk to y'all for a minute because I'm here early. It's 7:55 and I don't have to be here till 8:15, so I can finish having our little conversation without moving. So, yeah, so she keeps falling out the bed when it's that small. So what I've decided is to go ahead and just give her a big girl bed. Didn't go with a queen size bed. The room really, I mean, it could fit a queen size bed. I think a king would be too big for the room, but I didn't really want to get her a twin because I feel like she is going to outgrow that twin. So I got her a full size bed and ordered that. It's already back. It's on the whatever. She picked out her sheets. She's going with the unicorn themed bedroom, which is fine because we already have a lot of unicorn themed stuff. Like she has a nightlight that's the shape of a unicorn, changes colors. It's really cool. She has these accent pillows. Her Lolly, which my father's wife, gave her, so she has like unicorn pillows, and then she picked out these unicorn sheets from Big Lots. So we do have that. What else? So I do have to get a couple things for her at the house. I do have to get her a mattress. It's a platform bed, so I don't have to get a box spring, but I do have to get her a mattress. I have to get 2 couches. Yeah, not 1, 2. Because there is a downstairs area, living room, and then there's an upstairs loft. And I feel like, honestly, we're going to spend the majority of our time upstairs in the loft, but we'll see. The couch that I have currently is okay. You can sit on it. It has a bent frame. It's a electric reclining couch. One of the sides doesn't recline anymore. I got it on clearance at a furniture outlet store here in Atlanta, and it's served its purpose for the last 3-4 years. So we're not planning on taking that to the house. So that's one thing. Made the decision to keep our dining room set for now to save on money, so I won't be paying for that. Made the decision to keep my stepson's bed for now. Eventually we're going to turn that room into a guest bedroom / his room because we only have him once a week. So we'll eventually get him a full-size bed, either a queen or a full, and switch it over. But right now, to save on cost, we're just going to take the twin-size bed that he has and put it there, and then I'm going to keep my bed for now, and put that in the room. But I just broke my dresser even more. Like I broke a piece off. It's from IKEA. It's not that big of a deal. But I broke it even more to the point where like part of it doesn't even open. And my boss. So I beat my boss to work today. So got to get a couple like dressers and things like that. The couches is the main thing that we're gonna have to buy first before moving in is a refrigerator. The house comes with the appliances minus the refrigerator. Could have put that in there, but then they wanted 40% down back in October and I didn't do it. So gotta buy a fridge, get that installed, and then the couches will be the next big thing to get there. And then like the dressers and stuff. We haven't decided. Since IKEA it's more affordable, we might go ahead and just do the IKEA like dressers and stuff for now, and then later on decide what kind of bedroom set we want to go with. But I definitely need something that is I could put folded stuff. Sorry, I'm looking at my boss. She's like right there. Okay, so that's the bedroom stuff. So we haven't decided if we're gonna go ahead and buy that, and because you know, like here, you have to put the stuff together anyway, and go ahead and just put it in our garage in boxes and just buy it slowly, or if we're gonna wait until we move and just do like a massive IKEA haul. But I have a feeling we're gonna do it slowly so that like I can put it in my car, my truck, and take it home and go from there. What else? I think that's the majority of everything that's been going on. It's going to be a lot to move, and July is going to be a big month. I haven't forgot about y'all in the May recap to kind of see where the money went. I haven't forgot. It's just taken me a while. It's been a lot going on. Yeah. So, if you're still here, thank you. I know this has been a very long rant. It's almost 50 minutes of me just chatting with you. I love, if you watch The Mom Life, you know, Chrissy always says, I'm chatty, which I try not to do that too much. I try to just go ahead and do the whatever and go about my business. But today has been a chatty day, and it's just been a lot of stuff that we've covered, and I just want to give y'all updates on like what's going on. And I haven't been on, so probably because I haven't made many videos that you're getting a lot of information at once. So I thank you guys. I will talk to you soon. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions for me, feel free to reach out. I do make it a point to respond to each and every comment. All right, guys. Have a good one. Bye.